Good evening and welcome inside Burlington Athletic Stadium for game one of a two-game set between the first place Burlington Sock Puppets and the Tri-State Coldcats. And first and foremost, you cannot introduce this matchup without getting into this pitching matchup. And what a duel we have on our hands. It's Joe Bolson, the righty from Coppin State, that toes the rubber for Burlington first. And on the other side, it'll be Delisle for Tri-State. Both guys coming in with a sub-2 ERA, and it should be a special one. Tucker Delisle, the 6'2 right-hander from West Virginia, and he'll deal to this Burlington offense who ranks atop the Appy League in batting average and slugging percentage. But right now, it's the Sheriff, Joe Bolson, who will deal to this Tri-State lineup, and we'll introduce it right here. The Coldcats leading off in left field. It's Sal Manillo, the freshman from Ohio State. Following him is the catcher, the righty swinging Xavier Rivera from New Orleans. He is college teammates with Orlando Fernandez, who plays second tonight for the Sock Puppets. Bishop Quarles hits third and will play center field. He was the leadoff a night ago. Chandler Murray bats cleanup, the first baseman from Honolulu, and the freshman from Kansas State. Michael Rodriguez, the right fielder from Bethune-Cookman, hits fifth from the left side, and another lefty follows him. The second baseman, Ty Smolitsky, the freshman from Kansas State. 7-8-9, the bottom of this Coldcats order is Jorge Gonzalez-Fibo, Jackson Golden, and Christian Resendez, the shortstop. Joe Bolson making his third start of 2025, and man, has he been exceptional for the Sock Puppets. A four-pitch mix, fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup. He'll deal to the backstop, and that is Brian Carruthers, who's back in the lineup for the first time since June 9th, had a hand injury, has slowly returned into the Sock Puppets lineup, whether it's at first base or in the DH slot, but finally returning to his primary position, and that is catcher. And that is the battery for the Sock Puppets tonight. Final warm-up pitch is thrown by Joe Bolson, who's gone 10 innings, has a 1.8 ERA, a record of 1-0. He surrendered 9 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of which have been earned in those 10 innings of work, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts, and that's going to be imperative for Joe Bolson to have success today. Manager Anthony Essien says when Joe Bolson can command both sides of the plate, right-handed hitters and left-handed hitters, he is as dangerous of a pitcher as you will find in the Appy League. Sal Manillo, the lefty swinging left fielder, digs in for the first time, and out of the windup, first pitch is cut on and missed. A changeup gets things going, a 7:56 first pitch, and that is after a 56-minute rain delay. Field is in nice shape, and we're set to go. Right now, the 0-1 out of the windup from Olsen. And he squares to bunt, pulls back, and it's downstairs. Ball 1. Coldcats ranked third in the Appy League in batting average, hitting it at a .261 rate. On base percentage, just .384. That's in the bottom half. They come in at 7th. And the pitch is hit on a rope right side over the head of Combs and down the first base line. Fair ball, extra bases for the leadoff man, Manillo. He chugs into second with a leadoff double, and not the ideal start for Joe Bolson, but certainly optimal for Tri-State. Leadoff man aboard, and it's a two-bagger for the left fielder. His 4th of the summer, and now that brings up Xavier Rivera. Right-handed catcher from University of New Orleans, originally from Puerto Rico. Did not play yesterday, but last time out he was 0 for 3. That was against the Pulaski River Turtles, who sit in second of the East Division. From the stretch, Olsen's first pitch is lined foul into the netting, left side. All right, the defensive alignment for Burlington. It's Brian Carruthers behind the dish. We've already mentioned him. Left to right in the infield, Bromley Thornton making his first start at third base this summer. The shortstop, Orlando Fernandez, Dusty Vela at second, and Caden Combs at first. Here's the 0-1. Misses high, change up, counts 1-1. Left to right in the outfield, it's DJ Merriweather, who is back in the lineup after suffering a little bit of a back injury. Chance Jennings back to center field, and Wade Shelley, the everyday right fielder. A ball and a strike, nobody out. Runner on second, runner on the move, and that one is lifted high in the air left side, curling foul, and it's into the parking lot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rivera hitting .400 this summer, 5 RBIs, and a chance right here with a runner in scoring position. Manillo has swiped 4 bases this summer, now being held on over there at second. No outs, top of the first, no score. 1-2 from Olsen after a check on second. Now he goes home, and instead he turns and pivots. Olsen sold the delivery home, but Vela adjusted and moved towards that second base bag. Olsen pirouette and went 2 there. Now the count's 1-2. Quick meeting from the catcher Carruthers and the pitcher Olsen, who stares into the setting sun, shakes off a couple of pitches, and comes set at the belt. Right on right the matchup, Olsen with the offering. Slider misses up and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bishop Quarles on deck, the center fielder, who's also hitting .400 this summer. Plenty of capable bats in this Coldcats lineup. 2-2, called, strike 3. Paints that outer edge, and Joe Bolson has his first strikeout of the night. There's 1 away in the top of the first. No score between Tri-State and Burlington. In steps the third hitting center fielder, Bishop Quarles. Right on left the matchup now. Quarles hit leadoff yesterday. That was in a 3-2 loss to the River Turtles. Right on left, and Olsen goes home and misses inside, and it gets away from Carruthers, and an easy advancement from Sal Manillo. Moves over to third, and there's just still 1 out. So a sacrifice here could score the game's first run. Tri-State comes in at 4-7 and 4.5 games back in that East Division. Burlington is atop that side, leading Pulaski by just a game. River Turtles at 8-4. The Ridge Runners a game and a half back at 7-4. Coldcats at 4-7, and Danville rests at the bottom at 2-10. 1 ball, no strikes. Olsen deals. This is outside. Fastball, and the count's 2-0. The 2-0 is skied left side, and once again reaches the parking lot, clears the Burlington clubhouse. And the count now 2-1. Quarles from Bryant and Stratton Junior College. A couple of guys on the sock puppets from there. 2-1, fouled straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A couple of pitchers, Jason Johnson and Hector Noriega, are Bobcats as well. Played here in the Junior College Region 10 tournament back in mid-May. Quarles makes his return. The 2-2 with a runner on third and 1 out. No score, top of the first. Olsen nods and delivers. And that one's rolled foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 gone. Game's first run could stand just 90 feet away. That is Sal Manillo, who led things off with a double. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Olsen deals. and misses outside. Count runs full. Olsen has already thrown 14 pitches. The 15th one will be in a 3-2 count. Olsen went 6 innings his last time out. That was back on June 12th. Here's the payoff. Just misses high. So Olsen, who gave up 2 free passes in his last start, has already surrendered 1. Quarles works down that first base line. 2 on, runners on the corners. Still just 1 out, and the cleanup man, Chandler Murray, who's hitting .290 this summer. Olsen in an 11-1 win over the River Riders. Went 6 innings, got the start, gave up 5 hits, just 1 run, 2 base on balls, and 4 strikeouts. He's got 1 and would love another. Here's the first pitch to the righty swinging Murray. It's outside. Ball 1. Home plate umpire tonight, Zach Bloom. On the bases assisting him is Isaac Shepler. Right on right the matchup, and Olsen goes home. Breaking ball, just misses inside. Murray works the count to 2-0. 4 RBIs, the first baseman from Honolulu. Got the day off yesterday, but was 2 for 3 on Tuesday. That was in a loss. Runner on the move to second. Carruthers ends up throwing down. It's not in time, and Manillo stays put at third. Quarles into scoring position. There's 2 on. At 3-0 count. Still 1 away. First base now open for Murray if Olsen wants to pitch around this strike zone. Murray 2 extra base hits. They were doubles. The 3-0. This is outside, and the bases are loaded. So through 4 batters, Joe Olsen has matched his walk total from what he had last week in his second start of the season. In steps the lefty swinging right fielder, Michael Rodriguez. With the bases loaded and 1 away. Top of the first, no score. Olsen kicks and fires. First pitch called strike. Came in at the belt, and Rodriguez, after a 4-pitch walk to the prior batter, wanted to see one find that inside zone. Hitting .294 this summer. The 0-1. Another called strike. This one at the knees. Now it's the inside edge. Count is 0-2. Ty Smolinski is on deck. Right now an 0-2 count with 1 away. Olsen deals. Just misses outside. Carruthers tried to paint the outside corner. Count's now 1-2. Rodriguez, 3 RBIs this summer. Has a chance to add to that total with the 1-2 pitch. Cut on and missed, and Job Olsen gets one of the outs that he needs. If he wants to prevent any damage, he'll need to retire Ty Smolinski, the lefty swinging second baseman from Kansas State, who adjusts his helmet and takes a long and deep breath outside of that left side. Now steps in. Infield playing him straight up, right on left the matchup. Olsen from the belt, gets his sign and goes home. First pitch, tapped foul. No balls, 1 strike to the 6'1", 195-pound freshman, who has not recorded an extra base hit this summer, hitting .250 for the Cats. Top of the first, no score. The 0-1. Misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Change up at 80 miles an hour. A ball, strike, 2 away, and the bases loaded. Olsen winds and fires. Fastball misses up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Smolinski recorded 16 at-bats with the Wildcats this spring. Was 4 for 16, had a home run and 5 RBIs, collected 2 starts for K-State in the Big 12. And the 2-1. Fastball misses upstairs, 3 balls, 1 strike. So Olsen needs to command the zone here. If he doesn't, it'll be his 3rd walk of the game and Tri-State's 1st run of the game. 2 outs, top of the 1st. Olsen has surrendered just 2 runs this season. Here's the 3-1, swing and a miss. Olsen got him on the high changeup, and the count runs full with 2 away, and the base is loaded. Smolinski has struck out 3 times this year. He's also drawn a walk 3 times this year. The payoff from Olsen. Out of the windup. This is up and in, and Smolinski wins that full count bout. Manillo, who had a leadoff double, comes around to score. Quarles over to 3rd. Murray into scoring position at 2nd. Smolinski jogs down that first base line. After giving the Coalcats the first lead of the game, it's 1-0 in the top of the 1st. And out comes Dave Schmidt, who wants to talk things over with his infield sub. We'll take a quick break. Joe Bolson trying to work around this bases loaded traffic. It's Tri-State 1, Burlington 0. Mound visit breaks, and it's Jorge Gonzalez Fibo, the 3rd baseman from Bethune-Cookman, to step in with the bases loaded after a brief meeting between the infield and pitching coach Dave Schmidt. Right on right the matchup. 2 gone, pitch. Slider misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Gonzalez Fibo hitting 130 this summer. Got the day off yesterday and was 0 for 3 with an RBI back on Tuesday. And the 1-0. Fastball on the inner rail, called strike, 1-1. Gonzalez Fibo, 5 driven in this summer, 1 double and a home run. Bases loaded, Quarles over on 3rd. Murray on 2nd and Smolinski on 1st. The 1-1 hit on the ground left side and foul. Runners were on the move with 2 gone here in the top of the 1st. A run on anything situation, but the count is 1-2. Olsen trying to limit the damage to just 1. The 1-2 is hit in the air, left side. Merriweather back, drifting towards the track and makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. He needed a good jump, and Olsen got that from his left fielder. So 3 walks did the damage for Joe Bolson in that frame, and a leadoff double from Sal Manillo. 1 hit, 1 run, no errors in the field, and 3 runners left on for the Coalcats. On the other side, the top of the Burlington lineup. We'll swing it. It's Chance Jennings, Dom Krupinski, and Orlando Fernandez on the other side. Welcome back here for the bottom of the first. Burlington to swing it for the first time today, and they'll do it with a 1-0 deficit. And this offense will face Tucker Delisle, the 6'2", 190-pound right-hander from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and a West Virginia Mountaineer. This Burlington lineup, who bats atop the Appy League in pretty much all statistical categories and leads the league in average and slugging percentage, just second in on-base percentage, but plenty of capable bats, and that starts and runs but with Chance Jennings, who leads the Appy League in hits. He's recorded 17 this summer, hitting .362. He kicks things off for the Sock Puppets offensively. Following him in the lineup, the 2 and 3 hitters, it's Dom Krapinski and Orlando Fernandez. Righty, lefty, righty is the top of this Burlington order. In the heart of it, it's righty, righty, lefty, Caden Combs, Wade Shelley, and the left fielder, DJ Merriweather. At the bottom of the lineup, 7, 8, 9, Bromley Thornton, Dusty Villa, and Brian Carruthers bats ninth. We're set to go here in the bottom of the first. Sock Puppets trailing 1-0. Delisle comes set at the letters, covers his face and gets into his windup and delivers home. First pitch from the right-hander misses inside. Count is 1-0. Jennings, while leading the Appy League in hits, he also leads this Burlington team in strikeouts. The 1-0. Fastball called strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jennings, the center fielder. The 1-1. Slider misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jennings comes into this one on a 3-game hit streak, trying to extend that to 4. Base is clear, bottom of the first. 2 balls, 1 strike. Delisle kicks and delivers. Cut on and missed, and Jennings into a 2-strike count. Jennings hitting .259 with 2 strikes on him. And the 2-2 misses inside. Count runs full. Jennings such a plus runner at the top of this Burlington order, and that's something that manager Anthony Essien knows is such a luxury, to have a guy with a plus bat and with plus speed, 6 for 6 on stolen base attempts. That's why he's been an everyday leadoff guy. Here's the 3-2. Misses downstairs, and a leadoff walk is drawn. Delisle making his second start and his 3rd appearance of 2025. He has yet to allow a run. Comes in with a 1-0 record. He's gone 5 innings, given up 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 9 strikeouts. He's on a full week of rest. He last pitched back on June 13th. He went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. That was in a 7-1 loss to Greenville. Right on left the matchup, and it's Dom Krapinski getting the day off defensively, but as the DH today, steps in the left side. From the stretch, Delisle's pitch misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And this is manager Anthony Essien's intentions with the top of this order. When you get Chance Jennings on, and right now he's being held on by the first baseman Chandler Murray, it opens up a hole on that right side of the infield between that first and second base bag. Krapinski can pull it down the right side. The 1-0, calling strike. Dots that inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count now. Krapinski hitting .364. Has reached base in over half of his trips to the plate, a .511 on-base percentage. He has been absolutely phenomenal. And check on Jennings at first, not in time. The center fielder's in safely with a head-first dive. Game 1 of a 2-game set between Tri-State and Burlington. Right now, right on left from Delisle to Krapinski. And the pitch. Instead, it's another check on first, and Jennings is once again in safely. Chandler Murray positioned to the inside of that base, trying to meet Delisle's throw closer to that mound and come across with the tag. Neither attempt has been successful so far. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody gone. Bottom of the first. Pitch is grounded foul. It entered the field of play after it came off of what looks like Krupinski's left shin. He's a little bit hobbled coming out of the batter's box. He faces a 1-2 count. Jennings, plenty of speed to swipe a bag, but maybe with nobody gone, Burlington okay, just seeing what Krupinski can do right now. Krupinski steps back in, and time is called. Home plate umpire Zach Bloom throws his hands in the air. Count still 1-2. The DH steps back in, taps the plate once, readies the bat over his left shoulder, and another check on first, and Jennings once again and safely. Here's how the Coldcats line up defensively. The catcher Xavier Rivera, at third base Jorge Gonzalez-Fibo, at shortstop Christian Resendez, the second baseman Ty Smolinski, and Chandler Murray having the duties of holding on Chance Jennings right now. The 1-2 is lifted foul left side. Krupinski a bit late, but he stays alive at 1-2. Left to right in the outfield, it's Sal Mineo, the left fielder from Ohio State, and center field Bishop Quarles, and the right fielder who rounds out this Cats defense, it's Michael Rodriguez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. After a couple of shakes from Delisle, he comes set at the belt. Takes a deep breath and goes home. Krupinski lifts that one into deep left field. Mineo drifts towards the line and makes the grab. Jennings will not tag. He stays put at first. Krupinski retired, which is something that every time an opposing pitcher can do, should not take for granted. 1 away, bottom of the first. Coldcats leading the Sock Puppets 1-0. In steps Orlando Fernandez, the righty swinging shortstop from New Orleans. Was 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout yesterday, hitting .364 so far this summer. Leads the Sock Puppets in doubles. He's got 4 already this summer. The pitch, this is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Change up at 81 miles an hour. Jennings still being held on at first by Murray. Continues to shuffle off the bag. The 1-0. Called strike. Fastball at 89 miles an hour. Now the count 1-1. Jennings inching off the bag. Delisle goes home. This is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jennings has taken a modest lead off the bag before every pitch. Still hasn't shown many signs of trying to swipe that base. Right now the 2-1-2 Fernandez. Comes downhill. Jennings on the move. That one's lifted right side, hooking foul. And it is into the bleachers for strike 2. Count is all squared at 2 apiece. 1 gone, bottom of the first. Tri-State got the scoring started in the top of the first after a bases loaded walk. Right now the 2-2 to Fernandez. Comes home. That one skied right side and foul. Out of play, and Fernandez fights off a 2-strike pitch. Joe Bolson, who threw 33 pitches in that opening frame for Burlington, getting some good rest in that third base dugout. Sock Puppets offense trying to provide some insurance, and Delisle steps off the mound. Now the right-hander from West Virginia retoes the slab. Comes set from the stretch. Instead, goes to first. Not in time. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jennings continuing to have to stay alert. This is a Sock Puppets team that leads the Appy League in stolen bases. They've swiped 33 so far this summer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jennings on the move. The pitch is cut on and missed, and Jennings actually turned back to first. So Fernandez goes down on strikes. After a leadoff walk, back-to-back Burlington batters have been retired, and that brings in Caden Combs, who made his return to the lineup yesterday after a brief injury stint and made an impact, sent a solo home run over the left center field wall. And now digs in for the first time today. 2 gone, bottom of the first. Jennings still put on first. Delisle with his left foot in front of his right from the stretch. Fastball called strike on that inside edge. 90 miles an hour. He's ahead, 0-1. Burlington has won 8 of its last 10. Enters tonight 6-2 in front of the home crowd. And another check on first, and another one that's not in time. Delisle making sure Jennings is honest over there, and rightfully so. Jennings 6 stolen bases, and he spearheads a Burlington base running charge that leads the Appy League. Jennings on the move, 0-1 in the dirt, and the throw down, not in time. It one hop to the second baseman, Smolinski, and Jennings has his 7th swiped base of 2025. A ball and a strike, the count. Combs hitting .308 this summer. Was 2 for 2 last night. A rising freshman heading to Auburn. The 1-1. Fastball at the knees, called strike. Combs calls for time. Runner in scoring position, it's Jennings. 2 gone. Combs hitting .500 with 2 strikes, and the 1-2 misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 for 5 so far this season with runners in scoring position. 2-2 the count, 2 gone, bottom of the first. And Delisle steps off the rubber. Jennings now walks off of second. Second baseman Smolinski is shaded towards the base, but not fully over. Delisle takes a long look at second, now goes home with the 2-2. Breaking ball misses beneath the bottom rail, and the count runs full to Combs. First baseman drew 2 walks yesterday after singling in the second and sending that home run out of here in the third. Kingsport made some adjustments and pitched around him in the 5th and the 7th. Full count pitch, and Combs sends a half swing and taps it foul. Now that is a mature approach from Caden Combs. Not something you would expect from a guy that has yet to face a college pitch. But he'll be with the Auburn Tigers in the fall. Just 19 years old, facing the 3-2 from Tucker Delisle, who once again steps off. The right-hander from West Virginia taking a methodical approach on the mound. Steps back on, comes set at the belt. Checks on second, takes a deep breath. Another peek, now goes home and delivers a called strike 3 on that inside corner. So a leadoff walk is stranded on second. No runs, no hits, no errors in the field, and 1 runner left on. We're through 1 here in Burlington, and it's the Colcats who lead it 1-0. Joe Bolson back out for his second inning. He needed 33 pitches to retire the top of this Colt Cats order, and he's hoping for many fewer here in the top of the second. Tri-State leads at 1-0. It's 8-9-1 due up, starting with Jackson Golden, the righty swinging designated hitter from Marshall. Hitting .211, right on right the matchup, and Olsen takes a deep breath, kicks and delivers the first pitch, and it's a called strike. Change up at 83 at the knees, 0-1. The 0-1 misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Golden 6'1", 210-pound freshman. 5 runs driven in. Hitting .211, complemented by a .250 on-base percentage. The 1-1. Foul tipped into the mitt of Carruthers. Count 1-2. Tri-State third in the league in batting average. Swinging it at a .261 clip. Reaching base at a .384 rate. That's good for 7th in the Appy League. The 1-2 is flared out into shallow right field. Shelley into the gap and makes the play. It hangs up just long enough for the right fielder to retire the leadoff man. In the top of the second, Jackson Golden. That brings up the 9th hitting shortstop, Christian Resendez. Colt Cats with a .361 slugging percentage. That comes in once again in the bottom half of the Appy League. Tri-State 7th in that department. And the first pitch is fouled off into the Tri-State bullpen. It's a little blooper that continued to float down that right side. 0-1 the count. Resendez 1 for 21 so far this summer from Los Angeles. The 0-1. Fastball rides up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. The shortstop, his lone hit was yesterday. He entered 0 for 20. And the 1-1. This changeup misses inside. It scoots away from Carruthers, and Olsen gets a new ball behind 2-1. Had an RBI yesterday, but it wasn't enough. Tri-State was swept by Pulaski in the 2-game set. The 2-1. That one misses just above the zone. And now another hitter's advantage. This one to Resendez. And the 3-1. This is downstairs, 5-pitch walk, and that's Olsen's 4th of the game. In steps Sal Manillo, who has the only Tri-State hit of the day. It was a leadoff double, and the rest of the damage by the Cats has been done after walks from Joe Bolson. Right on left the matchup. Olsen has fired 42 pitches already. There's 1 gone in the top of the second. Olsen from the stretch. First pitch is driven out to right center field, down for a base hit. First to third. The throw goes into the second baseman, Fernandez, and Resendez moves corner to corner. Manillo is 2 for 2. This one just a single, but it puts 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the second. And Joe Bolson, who entered with a 1.8 ERA, is starting to struggle. Off the bat at 97 miles an hour. Olsen holding opponents to just a 158 batting average when the opposing team has runners on the base paths. He's in that situation now. Right on right the matchup to Xavier Rivera, who cuts on and misses at the first pitch slider. Count 0-1. Rivera struck out looking in the first inning. Now back for the consecutive frame. 0-1 runner on the move to second. Pitch high. Carruthers throws down. It's cut off by Vela, and he pump fakes Resendez back to third, and Tri-State steals a base. 2 on in scoring position, top of the second. Tri-State 4th in the East Division at 4-7. Burlington trying to pick up its 3rd consecutive win. Here's the 1-1. Change-up misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. With 2 on and 1 away. Olsen winds and fires. That one is driven into deep left field. Merriweather back, makes the play. Resendez tags. The throw comes into second. Manillo stays put at second, but plenty of time for the shortstop Resendez to come on home. Tri-State doubles its lead. It's 2-0 in the top of the second. Sixth RBI of the season for Rivera. Still one in scoring position. And the 3rd hitting center fielder, Bishop Quarles, digs in the left side. Olsen, the righty from Coppin State, comes set at the belt. Takes a peek at second and now goes home. Runner on the move, the pitch outside and the throw down. Not in time. So Manillo in safely, his 5th stolen base of the season. Now 5 for 6 in that department. And Makai Griffin starting to loosen for Burlington. 1-0 here to Quarles. Is lifted high in the air left side. Merriweather comes in and makes the one-handed squeeze to retire the side. So 1 hit, 1 run, no errors in the field, and 1 runner left on 3rd base. Tri-State takes a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the second. Welcome back to the bottom of the second here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Adam Hipsky bringing you through this game 1 of a 2-game series between the Coalcats and Sock Puppets. Both teams looking to get out to a 1-0 start in this pair. Tucker Delisle back out to the mound for the 2nd inning of work. He worked around a leadoff base on balls to Chance Jennings in the 1st. Now faces the 5, 6, 7 hitters, with Wade Shelley, the righty swinging right fielder, set to come to the plate. Shelley leads the Sock Puppets in walks. He's drawn 9 so far this season. Facing the first pitch from Delisle. Shelley squares to bunt and pulls it back. It's a called strike. Fastball at 88 miles an hour, 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the second. Delisle shakes off 1 pitch. Now nods. Gets into his windup and goes downhill. Lifted in the air right side towards the netting. And Murray gives chase and it falls into the Tri-State bullpen. Shelley behind 0-2. Shelley was 1 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday. That was an 8-6 win over the Axmen. Faces an 0-2 count here. Delisle winds and fires. That one's cut on and missed. Delisle's 3rd strikeout of the game and his 12th of the season. He's gone just 6 1/3 so far in 2025, but he has been overpowering hitters. In steps DJ Merriweather, who's back in the lineup after a couple of days off. Last played back on June 15th. So 4 days of rest, he steps in the left side for the first time. From the windup, Merriweather swings at the first pitch and drives it foul, left side and out of play. Count 0-1. Delisle nods and delivers. Merriweather takes, and it's ball one. 1-1 the count. Tri-State with a 2-0 lead already in the bottom of the second. We'll see if Joe Olson's day is done. The 1-1, a called strike on the outer edge. 1-2. Starter Olson needed 49 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. Makai Griffin continues to throw for the Sock Puppets. 1-2 misses behind Merriweather. He scoots in to avoid being drilled with the fastball that came off the hand at 92 miles an hour. Quick reflexes from Merriweather, who's hitting .435, leads Burlington in batting average, hitting 6th today after taking a couple of days off. Anthony Essien just wanting to ease him into this order. Here's the 2-2. Hit on the ground on a couple of hops. Left side, Gonzalez-Fubo charges and goes to first. It's not in time, and it rolls all the way into the bullpen. Merriweather turns for second and stays put there. So Merriweather already had beaten out the throw, so that'll be a single, but he takes second on the error by Jorge Gonzalez-Fubo. And with 1 out, there's a runner in scoring position for Burlington, trailing 2-0. The third baseman had to rush that throw. Merriweather hustled out of the box, punched it opposite side, and now Bromley Thornton digs in, hitting 172. Right on right the matchup. Chance Jennings, who walked in the first, made it over to second after stealing a base, but was stranded there. So Delisle in familiar territory with a runner on second. Goes home, first pitch to Thornton, misses down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Merriweather not being held on by either middle infielder. Xavier Rivera comes out to chat with Delisle. The pair just making sure they're on the same page. Thornton, 4 runs driven in. He's got a couple of doubles, playing third base for the first time all season today. And the 1-0. Misses inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Thornton hitting 167 this season with runners in scoring position. Has a chance to add in a positive manner. He takes on the 2-0, and it's downstairs. 3 balls, no strikes now. Thornton trying to increase that 167 average. He faces a 3-0 count. Dusty Vela, the lefty swinging second baseman, is on deck. The 3-0. Called strike, and an easy call there from home plate umpire Zach Bloom. A fastball right down the pipe at 88 miles an hour. And Thornton now with a 3-1 count on him. First base open, DJ Merriweather, who singled and took second on an error, inches off the base. The 3-1. Slider misses outside. Burlington has 2 on for the first time today. Bottom of the second. Tri-State leading 2-0. And Dusty Vela, who was 1 for 3 with an RBI yesterday, now digs in. And this Burlington coaching staff really likes the progression that Dusty Vela has made at the plate. He struck out 10 times this season, drawn just 4 walks, but they really feel like the second baseman has commanded the zone and made balls, balls, and strikes much better here in the past couple weeks. Right on left the matchup. Thornton not being held on at first. Infield drawn in, or at least the corners. First pitch. Vela drives it down the right side and just foul. That was extra bases. Vela just a little bit ahead of that fastball. Took it for a ride. But count now 0-1. So Gonzalez, Fubo at third, and Murray on first are drawn in. But the middle infield, Resendez and Smolinski, are back and shaded towards the base in double play depth. One gone in the bottom of the second. From the belt, the pitch. Vela puts it on the ground left side. Resendez goes to second for one. The turn to first is in time. So Tri-State strands a runner after Vela grounds in to a double play. One hit, no runs, one error in the field, and one runner left on base. We're through two at Burlington Athletic Stadium. It's the Sock Puppets trailing 2-0. Welcome back to the top of the third. Joe Bolson, the starter for Burlington. His day is done. Enters Mackay Griffin, the 6'2", 205-pound right-hander from North Carolina A&T. We'll get you Joe Bolson's day in just a moment, but McGriffin, who will deal to the 4-5-6 hitters for Tri-State in a 2-0 deficit. Griffin, making his third appearance of the summer, has a 9 flat ERA. He's gone 3 innings and given up 5 hits. It'll be righty, lefty, lefty that Griffin will see here in the top of the third, trying to keep that Tri-State advantage at just 2. Chandler Murray, the first baseman from Kansas State, walked in the first inning, now steps in the right side. Murray, 6'5", 220 pounds. The freshman, a tall build. An open stance and a wide stance towards the back of the box. First pitch from Griffin out of the windup. Comes home and misses outside, ball 1. So Joe Bolson draws the start. His third of the season, the 1-0. Comebacker up the middle, and it dribbles into center field for a base hit. Murray, who was 2 for 3 his last time out, now gets his first knock of the day. And for the second time in this game, Tri-State has the leadoff man aboard. Joe Bolson gets his third start of the season, goes just 2 innings. Surrenders 2 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Olsen threw 49 pitches, 24 were strikes. Griffin set at the belt from the stretch. The first pitch to the lefty swinging Michael Rodriguez. is skied left side, foul ground. Thornton chases and runs out of time. It one hops the fence into the concourse, and a couple of young kids chase after it. 0-1 the count. Rodriguez 0 for 1. He struck out swinging. That was against Olson in the first inning. Griffin looks at second, then comes set at the belt. Shakes off one pitch. Now nods and delivers. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Four-seamer at 89 miles an hour. Trying to bounce back from that leadoff single. Rodriguez was 1 for 4 yesterday. Struck out. Griffin goes to first to check on Murray, who has not yet attempted a stolen base this season. Coldcats trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. The 1-1. Check swing. Did he go around to the appeal to the base umpire? And he did, so the count's 1-2. Griffin got him to chase on that fastball outside. And the 2-1. Slider misses in the dirt. Right on left the matchup. Rodriguez, the outfielder from Bethune-Cookman. Facing the offering from Griffin. And it's fouled straight back. 2 strikes on Rodriguez. Facing a 2-2 count. And Rodriguez gets some more chalk to tighten his grip on that red stick as he steps back in. Runner on first, nobody gone. Top of the third, Tri-State leading 2-0. Griffin from the belt. Winds and fires. Breaking ball misses outside. Now the count runs full. Griffin to fire his 9th pitch of the day. First call out of the pen for the Sock Puppets. Trying to win their 3rd in a row. And the 3-2 is lifted left center field. It's down for extra bases. Murray turns around second, now comes home, and another base hit. This one extra bases. Murray scores all the way around first, and Rodriguez the double. His 4th RBI of the season gives the Coldcats a 3-0 lead. So Coldcats have dominated this one early on. Now Thornton comes in towards the infield, the 3rd baseman. And Ty Smolinski, the lefty swinging 2nd baseman, steps in. First pitch. This is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Smolinski, his 2nd trip to the dish. He walked in the 1st. Now back in the 3rd. The 1-0 is lined foul. The ball and a strike. So Chandler Murray, who started things off with a single. Rodriguez drove him in with an RBI double. Tri-State has scored in every inning. The 1-1 misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 1 the count. First base is open. Rodriguez the double. And the 2-1. Fastball misses outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. That was the trouble with Joe Bolson's outing was his inability to find the zone. And now Griffin having the same concerns here in his relief outing. 3-1 the count. Griffin delivers. And one is pop foul, left side, out of play. Count runs full. Work the count full to Rodriguez, the last hitter for Tri-State. And that was when the right fielder delivered that RBI double. Three and two the count, nobody gone. Top of the third, Cats with a 3-0 lead. Griffin fires and misses outside. So now 2 on, still nobody out. And nobody loosening for Burlington. In steps Jorge Gonzalez-Fubo, who's 0 for 1 with a flyout. That was to end the threat in the first inning. He was retired with bases loaded. First pitch on the way, breaking ball at the knees, called strike. The third baseman from Bethune-Cookman, teammates with Burlington sock puppet infielder Jeter Poyeto, having the day off today. Still trying to come back from this left-hand injury. The 0-1. Cut on and missed. Off speed moves the count to 0-2. Gonzalez-Fubo hitting .130 this summer. 5 runs driven in, 1 double and a home run. Solid speed on the base paths for Tri-State. The 0-2, fastball misses outside and rolls to the backstop. And whether the base runners have speed or not doesn't really matter. They are an easy advancement, so count 1-2. 2 on, both in scoring position. Still no outs, top of the third. That was a wild pitch from Griffin. One and two the count, though. Griffin works ahead and misses inside. 2-2. Jackson Golden on deck. The DH 0 for 1 today. Cats from Huntington, West Virginia. And the 2-2. Breaking ball just misses inside. Try to get that slider to tail in on the inside edge, but just misses. Count runs full and another full count. It's the third in a row for Griffin. He's lost the prior 2, trying to pick up a victory here and get the first out of the inning. Right on right the matchup, Griffin winds and deals, and it's cut on and missed. Kai Griffin's first strikeout of the night puts one away in the top of the third. Tri-State leading at 3-0. Now it's Jackson Golden, the DH from Marshall, heading to 11 this summer. Was 0 for 4 with a strikeout yesterday. And the first pitch to him is hit on the ground to left side. Fernandez throws on to first. It's in time, and Rodriguez sprints in from third. Smolinski over to third, and Tri-State adds to its lead. It's 4-0 in the top of the third. Now the ninth hitting shortstop, Christian Resendez, who walked and came around to score his last time up. 1 for 21 this summer. Right on right the matchup with a runner on third. 2 gone, the pitch. Fastball down the middle, called strike. No balls and 1 strike. Resendez from Los Angeles, California. The 0-1. Back-to-back strikes taken for Resendez, and he's behind 0-2. Shortstop progressed a little bit in playing time, but hit .327 as a sophomore, and he looks at strike three. So Makai Griffin sends down Christian Resendez on strikes, all looking and all in the zone. All right, Tri-State sends 6 to the plate and scores 2 to make it a 4-0 ball game. On the other side, 9-1-2 due up for the Puppets. To the bottom of the third here at Burlington Athletic Stadium, and the Sock Puppets trailing 4-0. Brian Carruthers, the ninth inning catcher, trying to kickstart this Burlington offense that has been held silent by the right-hander from West Virginia, Tucker Delisle, who has been dealing for the Colcats. He's fired 39 pitches and allowed just 1 hit so far. Right on right, the matchup. Carruthers, the backstop, hitting .235 from St. Bonaventure. First pitch out of the windup. This is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. When we reach the top of the fourth, the leadoff man for Tri-State, Sal Manillo, will see the plate for the 3rd time today. And right now for Burlington, this is still just their first time through the order. 1-0 misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. This Tri-State offense has already forced Burlington to turn to the bullpen. Joe Bolson, who drew the start, his day is done. But the starter for the Colcats is still working, and the 2-0 misses inside. 3-0 the count. Delisle has given up 2 walks already today. Count 3-0. And the pitch. Called strike down the middle, he takes, and the count moves to 3-1. Carruthers has recorded hits in back-to-back games, and a heck of a response after last Friday in Danville. Was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. The 3-1 misses inside. Delisle's 3rd free pass allowed of the day. Puts the leadoff man aboard for the 2nd time this evening. Either time the Sock Puppets have capitalized, but now it's time for the lineup card to turn to the top, and it's Chance Jennings, who walked in the 1st. The center fielder leads the Appy League in hits. He's recorded 17 this summer. Has been a mainstay atop this Burlington lineup day in and day out. Takes a long, deep breath outside of the right-handed batter's box. Steps in, taps the plate. Set to face the first pitch out of the stretch from Delisle, who checks on first and delivers home. And Jennings swings and skies that one down the right field line. Shallow right field. Rodriguez comes in and makes the play shoulder height for the first out of the inning. So the dangerous Jennings is retired on 1 pitch. Now there's one gone. In the bottom of the third, Tri-State leading 4-0. Carruthers still on first. He has not attempted a stolen base this summer. Delisle brings it down to the belt. Now winds and deals. Pitch called strike at the knees on the inner third. Krupinski behind 0-1. He flew out to the left fielder his first time up. And the DH, Krupinski, calls for time and steps out. Tri-State leading 4-0. Coldcats have scored in every inning. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third. Delisle shakes one pitch off and then nods and goes home, misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball at 87. Count levels a ball and a strike. Coldcats trying to snap this 5-game losing streak. They're just 3-7 in their last 10. Burlington about as complete opposite as the 1-1 is fouled straight back. And the count 1-2. One on, one away. Bottom of the third. Sock Puppets have won 8 of their last 10. 6-2 here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. The 1-2 is hit on the ground right side through the hole for a base hit. Carruthers moves station to station. There's 2 on and 1 away. And Krupinski, who's hitting .364 this summer, has his first hit of the night. That's exactly why Anthony Essien likes him there, because as a left-handed hitter can pull it down that right side, and when there are base runners on, there is a large gap between the second baseman, Smolinski, and the first baseman, Murray, who was holding on Carruthers, and Krupinski executes that pull side knock to perfection, and now there's 2 on and 1 away, and Orlando Fernandez steps in the right side. First pitch. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The shortstop 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He was 2 for 3 with 2 walks yesterday. Right on, right the matchup, and Delisle steps off the hill and calls for time and wants to meet with his backstop, Xavier Rivera. Fernandez leads the Appy League in doubles. He has 4 so far this season, hitting .400. Has worked his way into the top of the lineup pretty much every day. Swinging a red-hot bat for the Sock Puppets. 1-0 the count. 1 gone, bottom of the third. Tri-State leading Burlington 4-0. The pitch is smoked down the left field line and foul. Fernandez clubbed that one down the line, but was just in front of the changeup at 84 miles an hour. And the count now 1-1. From the belt, Delisle checks second and goes downhill. Misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check that, 2 balls, 1 strike. Fernandez, 7 runs driven in. Hitting .231 with runners in scoring position. The 2-1 slider tails away and outside of the zone. Fernandez takes, and the count's 3-1. Delisle retoes the rubber. With a 3-1 count, he goes home. Called strike, fastball on the outer edge. Count runs full to Fernandez. hitting .263 with 2 strikes on him. Trying to deliver here. 7 runs driven in this season, wants to add to that total. The payoff pitch on the way. This is down and away. Fernandez holds a swing, and the bases are loaded for Burlington in the bottom of the 3rd, trailing 4-0. And we are going to have a visit from the pitching coach, Salomon Torres, who trots out from the first base dugout and wants to meet with just Delisle and Rivera. So we'll reset things here for you. In the bottom of the 4th, Tri-State leading 4-0. Coldcats have scored in every inning. And Burlington with the bases loaded. It's Carruthers who walked and is on 3rd. Kropinski singled and is on 2nd. Fernandez just drew the free pass. He's on 1st. Caden Combs, the righty swinging first baseman who drilled a home run yesterday, his first of the season, and manager Anthony Essien called Combs a welcomed addition back into the lineup after a brief injury stint. And if he were to launch his 2nd long ball in as many nights, it would tie this ball game up with the bases loaded. First pitch is hit up the middle and caught on a dive by Resendez, and he tags 2nd, but it's not in time. Kropinski tried to get back in there with a head-first dive and a legit double play chance, but Coldcats can't come up with it, and there's 2 gone, bases still loaded. It would have been the 2nd double play turned by the Coldcats. First one was a 6-4-3 put out, and that one could have been 6 unassisted. In steps Wade Shelley, 0-for-1 with a strikeout. Delisle trying to work around this bases loaded jam. He shakes off 1, shakes off 2, nods and deals. Fastball settles in on the outside corner, called strike. Bottom of the 3rd, Tri-State with a 4-0 advantage. And the 0-1. Breaking ball in the dirt off the chest of Rivera. Pounces on it quickly, and the count's 1-1. Defense playing Shelley straight up. The right fielder hitting .263. Great discipline for just a rising freshman heading to Auburn. 9 walks drawn so far this season. He leads Burlington in that department. The 1-1. And he gets a piece of it and dribbles it foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shelley seeing Delisle for the 2nd time today. A 6-foot, 205-pounder from Webb, Alabama. 1-2 the count. 2 gone, bottom of the 3rd. Delisle covers his face with his mitt, then gets into his windup, fires a fastball, and it's called strike 3. Locates the outside corner, and Shelley has gone down on strikes. Both times he stepped in. We're a 3rd of the way home here in Burlington, and it's Tri-State still dominating after Burlington leads them loaded. No runs on 1 hit, no errors in the field, and 3 left on. Top of the fourth here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Adam Hipsky on hand for game one of two between the Sock Puppets and the Coalcats. And it's Tri-State that has dominated this one. They lead it 4-0. And Makai Griffin, who was the first call out of the pen for the Puppets, returns to the hill for his second inning of work. And he'll deal to the top of this Tri-State lineup for the first time today, starting with the leadoff left fielder, Sal Manillo. The lefty swinger from Ohio State. First pitch is a called strike. Slider at the knees, 0-1. Manillo 2 for 2 with a double in the first and a single in the second. The 1-0 misses inside and rolls to the backstop. Another ball from Griffin, who has seen 6 batters. They were all in the third inning after Joe Bolson got the start and went 2. The 1-1 is popped up left side, out of play. Thornton, the third baseman, gave it a look, but quickly realized that would head towards the seats. Coalcats leading 4-0. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the fourth. Griffin winds and deals. That one's hit on in the air right side and foul. Manillo a little bit ahead of the breaking ball. Pulled it down the left field line, or the right field line rather. 1-2 the count. Griffin gets a new ball and adjusts his mitt and will step back in. Manillo hitting .281 this summer. Freshman from Ohio State. Came around to score the game's first run in the first inning after leading the matchup off with a double. 1-2 is punched out to left field. Merriweather gives chase, and it's out of his reach. He dove for it, and it rolls to the wall. Manillo around second, and Vela the relay to third, and it's in time. So the leadoff man is retired. Manillo records a double but is cut down. And a nice recovery from DJ Merriweather, who needed to dive to try and have a chance at the ball. He didn't make the play, but gets up, fires a relay in, and it's in time. So leadoff man retired the hard way for Burlington, but the defense comes up clutch, who has kept a clean sheet in the field so far. First pitch to the righty swinging catcher, Xavier Rivera, misses up and in. 1-0 the count. Defense playing him straight up. Pitch comes in, called strike down the middle, 1-1. From the windup, Griffin delivers and punches it down the right side and into the netting. 1-2 the count. Rivera 0 for 2. Struck out in the first and flew out in the second. That was to the left fielder Merriweather. Right on right the matchup, Griffin kicks and fires. Hit on the ground, Thornton gloves, rifles across the diamond to first, and it's in time. 2 up, 2 down. And Bishop Quarles digs in, 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out. Griffin using that defensive play to his advantage and trying to capitalize on it. Manillo might have gotten a little trigger happy there with a single and a double. A triple on that trip would have made him just 1 home run away from the cycle, as first pitch to Quarles misses down and away. 1-0 the count from the windup. Misses inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Fastball at 88. Quarles hitting .400, .538 on base percentage. Base is clear. Top of the fourth. Griffin out of the windup. Fastball misses outside, 3-0. If Burlington can retire Quarles here, it would be the first frame that the Coalcats have not tallied a run. The Sock Puppets would certainly welcome that addition. The 3-0 strike. Fastball taken right down the middle, and the count's 3-1. And the 3-1 offering. Just misses outside, and a 5-pitch walk to Bishop Quarles. It's his second base on balls, and there's now a base runner with 2 gone in the top of the 4th. Tate Jones is starting to get warm for Burlington. Last pitched on Saturday. That was a win over Danville. Jack Fury also up and moving. Pitch. Breaking ball called strike on the outside corner. That's to the first baseman, Chandler Murray. 1-for-1. He singled and scored his last time up. The right-hander from Kansas State. And the righty Griffin deals. Slider misses inside, 0-1. Not much velocity on that pitch. Just started at just 70 miles an hour. And the count 1-1. Quarles hit leadoff yesterday. That was in a 3-2 loss to Pulaski. And the 1-1 runner on the move, and the pitch is found straight back off the mask of Carruthers. So Quarles has to turn around and head back to first. The center fielder has not attempted a stolen base this season. That would have been his first. 1-2 the count. Griffin comes set and delivers. Runner on the move, breaking ball outside, and Carruthers had to turn his body to receive that one, so no throw down to second. And now the count evens at 2-2 to the first baseman, Murray. Hitting .290 with 4 runs driven in. A couple of doubles so far this summer. Here's the 2-2, breaking ball, misses inside. That looked like a good spot, but just misses, and now the count, 3-2. Quarles is on second. He walked. Murray just 1 ball away from getting another free pass. 3-2, hit on the ground left side, and it's a fair ball. Thornton off his back foot makes the play, and Bromley Thornton, who was already jogging to the dugout, he felt confident about that play, but that was a heck of a snag and a gem of a play, and one that I don't think many here thought was going to be made. So 1 hit, no runs, no errors in the field, and 1 runner left down. On the other side, Merriweather and Thornton, the first 2 to swing it for Burlington. Tucker Delisle, who has yet to surrender a run this season, he's back out to the mound. He's through 8 innings in 2025 and 3 tonight. Still no blemishes on that run line. He'll deal to lefty, righty, lefty in the forms of DJ Merriweather, Bromley Thornton, and Dusty Vela. The first, the left fielder from Austin P. Merriweather digs in that left side. And the righty Delisle out of the windup. First pitch. This is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Delisle, that was his 61st pitch of the day. He's thrown 34 strikes. 2 hits, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. None of the walks have done any damage, though. He's kept them on the base paths. The 1-0, Delisle calls for time and steps off. Shakes his arms out and comes back set on the rubber. The 1-0, cut on and missed. Merriweather having a tough time catching up to the fastball. It was above the zone, but the count 1-1 after Merriweather chased. The left fielder 1 for 1 with a single. Pitch. This is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. The left fielder hitting .435 so far this summer. Back into the lineup for the first time since June 15th. The 2-1. This is up and in. 3 balls, 1 strike to Merriweather. Was pulled back on June 15th after tweaking something in his back. He was 0 for 1 as the designated hitter in that game. Now back into the lineup. Here's the 3-1. Flied into the air, center field. Quarles is back towards the left center field gap and makes the play. He crossed with Mineo, who tailed behind him, and the leadoff man retired. In the bottom of the 4th, Tri-State leading 4-0. In steps Bromley Thornton, who just made a heck of a play in the field defensively to end the threat in the top of the 4th, seeing if he can carry that momentum into the offensive side. First pitch, the right-on-right matchup, misses inside. Skips away from Rivera and counts 1-0. Base is clear for Thornton, who walked in the second. 1 for 4 yesterday. One of the best on this team at putting it in play. The 1-0 is popped up behind home plate. Rivera gives chase and quickly realizes that one is over the netting. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Jack Fury loosening for Burlington. Mackay Griffin's day could be done. We'll wait and see what the call is in the top of the 5th. But right now, the 1-1. In there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Thornton has drawn just 2 walks and struck out just 3 times this season. The utility two-way player. We've seen him in the corners of the outfield, all across the infield. He's logged starts at each of third base, shortstop, second base, and first base as the 1-2 comes way inside. Thornton has to scooch out of the way, and the count's now leveled at 2-2. Thornton also a pitcher for this Burlington team. Has a 2.57 ERA in 7 innings of work. And the 2-2 out of the windup is cut on and missed, and Thornton goes down on strikes for just the 4th time this season. So Dusty Vela, who grounded into a double play his last time up, will now step in. Base is still clear, bottom of the 4th. Sock Puppets trailing 4-0. Tri-State got the scoring started in the 1st and carried it into the 2nd and tacked on another 2 in the top of the 3rd. It's 4-0 Coldcats trying to snap this 4-game losing skid. And Delisle out of the windup. First pitch is found back on a couple of hops towards that first base dugout being occupied by the Coldcats tonight. The past 2 nights, it was filled with the Kingsport Axmen, who dropped both of a 2-game set to Burlington, entered as leaders of the West Division, and left down a game and a half. No balls, 1 strike. Delisle kicks and deals. Hit on the ground, right side, a slow dribbler to Smolinski, who runs towards the first base bag and swings it over to Murray in time to beat Vela. 3 up, 3 down, no hits, no runs, no errors in the field, nobody left on. We're through 4 in B-Town, and it's Tri-State leading 4-0. Makai Griffin's day is done for Burlington. He exits with Burlington trailing 4-0. The right-hander from North Carolina A&T goes 2 innings, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. He turns to Jack Fury, the left-hander from Duke, who makes his 4th appearance of 2025. He's gone 4 1/3, allowed 4 hits, and has a 4.15 ERA. Due up for Tri-State in the top of the 5th, it's Michael Rodriguez, Ty Smolinski, and Jorge Gonzalez-Fubo. Rodriguez, the lefty swinging right fielder from Bethune-Cookman, is 1 for 2 with an RBI double his last time up. He drove in Murray all the way from first, as the final pitch from Fury being thrown down to second. We're set to go here in this 5th inning. Burlington still being shut out, but something that manager Anthony Essien prides his team on is playing until that 27th out is made. And until then, the Sock Puppets certainly hold a chance, and they've shown that multiple times this season. Still manageable, just 4-0, but certainly the Sock Puppets could use some stability from their pitching staff, and Jack Fury will try to deliver that here. Left on left the matchup, first pitch. This is inside, ball 1. Rodriguez was 1 for 4 with a double and a strikeout in yesterday's 3-2 loss to Pulaski. Tri-State dropped both of the 2-game set. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Tri-State and Burlington coming off opposite results in their previous series. Sock Puppets took 2 out of 2 over the Axmen. Coalcats dropped a pair to the River Turtles. 2-0 misses inside, 3 balls and no strikes. Jack Fury, a 4-pitch mix, 4-seam fastball, slider, cutter, and a changeup. 3-0 the count. Fury kicks and fires and finds the outer third with a called strike. 3 balls and now 1 strike. Rodriguez hitting .294. 4 runs driven in. A lot of speed on the base paths if he can get there, and he does after the 5-pitch walk. Fury surrenders the leadoff man, and now Ty Smolinski, who steps in for the 3rd time today. He has walked both of his trips to the dish. Left on left the matchup. Fury out of the stretch. First pitch is fouled in and out of the glove of Carruthers. 0-1. Oh and 1 the count. Fury at the letters. Looks at first. Now turns and fires home. Slider called strike on that inner third. Smolinski thought it was coming towards him in the left-handed batter's box, but it continues to spin in on that inside corner. And Fury checks on first. Rodriguez is in with a head-first slide. Rodriguez, 4 for 5 in stolen base attempts this season. Fury trying to keep him honest over there. Ball and a strike. And Fury another check on first. And Rodriguez, who didn't have much of a lead at all, is in with plenty of time. The ball and a strike. Fury comes set and goes home, and the ball's in the dirt and kicks away from Carruthers, rolls all the way to the backstop. Rodriguez into second. 2-1 the count, still nobody out. Two and one to the lefty swinging second baseman, freshman from Kansas State. Walks the bat across the zone, now readies it over his left shoulder. The 1-2. Slider misses away, and Carruthers has a tough time getting a handle on it, but he does quickly. And I think the backstop might have gotten crossed up there behind the dish because he jogs out to chat with Fury. Count now 2-2. Already one wild pitch this frame for the left-hander from Duke, trying to prevent that from becoming two. Carruthers back behind the dish. 2-2 with a runner on second and nobody out. Tri-State leading 4-0 in the top of the fifth. Fury lifts his leg and goes home. It's fouled straight back. Smolinski stays alive at 2-2. Fury checks on second from the letters, goes home, and the slider misses away and kicks away from Carruthers, and Rodriguez moves from second to third. Count runs full with nobody out in the top of the fifth. Three-two. Gets a piece of it and drives it into the screen. Count remains full. Count remains at 3-2. Smolinski fouls one out of play. A couple of two-strike pitches that he's fouled off. We'll take a look at some other scores around the Appy League. Tri-State leading Burlington 4-0. That's the one we've got here. Pulaski trails Johnson City 7-4. The River Turtles could tie first place if Burlington drops a game and Pulaski makes that comeback win over Johnson City. But right now, the Doughboys with a 3-run advantage. 3-2, misses outside. Slider tails away, and Smolinski heads down to first. Kingsport trying to respond after dropping 2 games to Burlington. Leads Danville 7-5. That's in the top of the sixth. The River Riders with a run rule victory over Bluefield 15-3. Jake Yeager picks up the victory in that one. And Bristol and Greenville have gone final as well, 7-3. The Flyboys over the State Liners. Pitch. Broken bat, flare, single into right center field, down for a base hit. 1 run is in. Smolinski turns for third, and he's in without a throw. Runners on the corners, and Smolinski, or Gonzalez Fubo rather, delivers an RBI knock on the first pitch. Tri-State leads at 5-0. Rodriguez in to score. Gonzalez Fubo, his 6th run driven in. And in steps Jackson Golden, who's 0 for 2, but his last time drove in a run after he rolled over on 1-2 the shortstop. Could do the same here. First pitch in the zone, called strike, 0-1. Smolinski on third, Gonzalez Fubo on first. And the 0-1 is hit on the ground right side. Vela to Fernandez for 1, over the Combs for 2. It's in time, so Golden grounds into a double play, but drives in Smolinski. Coldcats lead by a half dozen. It's 6-0 in the top of the 5th. So Golden now with 2 runs driven in today and yet to record a hit. 7 RBIs on the season. And the 9th hitting shortstop, Christian Resendez. Swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. Count 0-1. Resendez walked and scored in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 3rd. And the 0-1 is in there for a called strike. 0-2. The base is clear, top of the 5th. Tri-State leading 6-0. The pitch. Fastball misses up and away. Got away from Fury. Count now 1-2. Resendez 1 for 22 so far this summer. Rocking the bat over his right shoulder, and the pitch comes home. He takes, and it's in there for a called strike 3. Resendez down on strikes for the 2nd time today. We're halfway home in Burlington. It's Tri-State having Burlington's number in Game 1. 6-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th on the other side. First call to the pen for the Tri-State Coldcats comes in the form of the two-way. It's the 5'8", 180-pound freshman, the right-hander from Venezuela, the Boston College Eagles, Cesar Gonzalez. Tucker Delisle's day, who drew the start, is done, and we'll get you his final line. But right now, it's Gonzalez making his 2nd appearance. He's gone 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, but did not surrender a run. He also plays catcher for this Tri-State team, but right now he's getting the nod on the hill. And we'll get you Tucker Delisle's final line. But it's the 9-1 two-hitters due up for Burlington. Gonzalez as a hitter is very good, hitting .364 so far this summer. And we'll see what he can do as a pitcher. Brian Carruthers, the righty swinging catcher from St. Bonaventure. First pitch. Breaking ball misses downstairs, 1-0. So Tucker Delisle gets the start, his second of the season, gives up 2 hits, no runs, so his ERA stays at triple zeros. The 1-0 misses downstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Delisle did give up 4 walks. Burlington couldn't capitalize on any of them. And the highlight of the right-hander from West Virginia's day, 5 punch-outs. 2-0 is cut on and missed. Carruthers walked and came around to third base back in the 3rd inning, but was stranded there. Stepping in for the 2nd time today. Right on right the matchup and the pitch. Fastball at the belt, called strike, 2-2. 92-mile-an-hour four-seamer. Gonzalez shakes off a couple of pitches from his backstop Rivera. Now out of the windup, goes home, and Carruthers punches that one into right center field. It's down for a base hit. Rodriguez gloves and goes to second. Carruthers takes off, and an ill-advised decision there because he was out, and it was not particularly close. Burlington tried to catch Tri-State napping, and with the offense so hard to come by right now, it was a risk that the Sock Puppets took and one that did not pay off. Leadoff man retired, and it's now Chance Jennings, who is 0 for 1 with a flyout and a walk. Sock Puppets trailing 6-0 here on the bottom of the 5th. That fastball is sitting 92-94 for Gonzalez. From the windup, this time he goes slider and it tails into the zone. Jennings takes for strike 1. Base is clear, bottom of the 5th. Gonzalez takes a deep breath, kicks and deals. Jennings half swing, the appeal down to the base umpire, Isaac Shepler. He says that Jennings crossed, and now the center fielder behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Jennings coming into this one sporting a 3-game hit streak, but in danger of it being snapped. Yet to record that first hit tonight. The 0-2. This is inside. Count works to 1 ball and 2 strikes. That four-seamer at 94 miles an hour. And the 1-2. Fastball misses down and away. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jennings hitting .362 this summer. He was 2 for 5 last night. That was an 8-6 win over Kingsport. 2-2 is lined left side. It hangs in the air long enough for Mineo to drift towards the line and make the grab. First 2 are retired here in the 5th. Back-to-back flyouts for Jennings. Turns to Dom Krapinski, who singled his last time up. Right on left the matchup here in Gonzalez. First inning out of the pen. He kicks and delivers. Breaking ball, tails downstairs, 1-0. Want to know the count. Gonzalez kicks and fires. Misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Sock Puppets struggling, just 3 hits at the plate through 5 innings. Leading the Appy League in batting average, 2-0. Called strike, outer third. This is a Sock Puppets team that is within the top 2 in the league in batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage. But right now, the offense has been held silent. The 2-1 is blooped into shallow left center field. The shortstop Resendez into the grass and makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. No hits, no runs, no errors in the field, nobody left on. We're through 5 here in Burlington, and it's Tri-State leading 6-0.
Are you ready? All right, George, give it to us. that to, Claire? Oh, I'm sorry, but it is the Andy Griffith Show. All right, time for the second one. What's that to? That is correct, law and order! Go ahead and play that third one. No pressure. 5 seconds. 5, 4. Dogs! Correct, freshman from Bel Air! I think you know the drill.
This inning has been sponsored by Great Clips. When you visit Great Clips, we take your haircut details equipment so you get a haircut you love every time. Download app to check in or walk right into the salon 7 days a week. Great Clips, proud sponsor of the Burlington Sock Puppets. Ladies and gentlemen, please now pigeon for your Burlington Sock Puppets to be number 1, Tyler Schaefer.
Tyler Schaefer to make his debut for Burlington here in the top of the 6th. He enters with a 6-0 deficit, and Schaefer, his first appearance in the red, white, and blue. The 6'4", 220-pounder from Brunswick Community College entered the portal. He's heading to High Point in the fall, and that's a High Point, North Carolina native. Schaefer, the right-hander, will deal to the top of this tri-state order. Starting with the leadoff man, Sal Manillo. He's 3 for 3 with 2 doubles. His last time up, he took 2 bags and then tried to stretch it into a triple, but was denied that chance. First pitch is fouled straight back. And the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Base is clear. Right on right the matchup. This is inside. 1-1 the count. Schaefer kicks and deals. Fastball misses inside. 2-1. Sock Puppets trailing 6-0. Need the offense to get going to have a chance in this one. Right now, Schaefer trying to just keep that lead at 6. 2-1. Hit on the ground, slow roller right side. Schaefer's going to have to cover the bag, and Vela on the throw. It's not in time. Combs came over, probably didn't need to because Vela had that play, but instead the leadoff man is on, and Manillo reaches on an infield single for the 4th time today. Not via the infield single for the 4th time today, but reaches base for the 4th time today. Off the bat at 55 miles an hour, just a softly hit ball. But right on right here to Xavier Rivera, who lashes out at first pitch fastball and jerks it foul. 0-1. Runner on first, it's Manillo. He's stolen 4 bases this season. The 0-1 out of the stretch is fouled back. 0-2. Manillo creeping off the bag at first, being held on by Combs. Large hole on the right side of that infield. The 0-2, cut on and missed. Rivera down on strikes for the 2nd time today. There's 1 gone here in the top of the 6th. The Tri-State leading 6-0. Manillo started to take off for second, but just a fake steal put on by the Sock Puppets, or by the Coldcats rather. And now in the top of the 6th, it's still Coldcats commanding this one. Schaefer, the righty, deals. First pitch, fastball, and fouls it out of play. Bishop Quarles digs in, 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. He's been stranded each time on the base paths. Not one of the 6 runs that Tri-State has plated tonight. And the 0-1. Hit up the middle, past Fernandez into center field. Jennings comes up throwing. And another base hit. This one from Quarles. It's his first of the day. Runners on first and second, top of the 6th. That one was sharply hit. Schaefer's first really true hit allowed, although Manillo deserves credit for beating that one out, but that one just hit at 55 miles an hour, and Quarles came off the stick at 101. First pitch here to the cleanup man, Chandler Murray, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Runners on the move. Pitch high, ball 1, and the throw is into center field. Runners on the move. Jennings comes up and goes to third. It's not in time. Manillo scores. Quarles all the way to third, and Tri-State leads it 7-0. One the count. Schaefer set at the belt and comes home. Flied right side, hooking foul. Shelley gives chase, runs out of room. 1 ball, 1 strike. These two teams go at it once again tomorrow night for game 2 of this 2-game set. Infield comes in with just 1 away and a runner on third, trying to keep this advantage at just 7. The 1-1 is lofted into center field, should be deep enough for the tag. Jennings makes the catch, comes up throwing. Quarles sprints home, and he's in, standing up. An RBI sac fly for Chandler Murray. He's got his 5th RBI of the season. Tri-State leads 8-0. The base is clear, and there's 2 gone, top of the 6th. In steps Michael Rodriguez. First pitch, misses outside. The lefty swinging right fielder, who is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout, had an RBI double back in the 3rd inning. And the 1-0. Fastball misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two 2-0. The offering. Called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Base is clear. Out of the windup. Fastball misses outside, 3-1. (3-1) on the way. Popped up, out of play. Count runs full. Rodriguez hitting 5th. Was 1 for 4 with a double yesterday. He's now recorded a 2-bagger in consecutive matchups. Full count with 2 away. The pitch. Called strike 3. Paints the outside corner, and Schaefer gets out of it. Coldcats send 5 to the plate, and an error from Carruthers puts the Coldcats in an 8-run advantage. Through 5.5 in Burlington, And 3-4-5 to come to the plate on the other side. Cesar Gonzalez back to the hill for the Coldcats, who lead at 8-0 over the Sock Puppets. To the bottom of the 6th we go, and it's the heart of the Burlington order trying to kickstart these bats. It starts with Orlando Fernandez, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Shortstop hitting .400 this summer, was 2 for 3 with a couple of walks yesterday. Trying to reinvigorate this offense. Out of the windup, Gonzalez, who steps off, now winds and deals. First pitch is fouled straight back into the screen, 0-1. A elongated windup from Gonzalez there. It looked like he was going to step off, but instead just took a step back and came forward and sent it down the hill. 0-1 the count. Right on right the matchup. Gonzalez the two-way from Boston College. And this time he does step off. Time granted by home plate umpire Zach Bloom. Fernandez steps back in. Right on right, the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-1. Game 1 of a 2-game set between the Coldcats and the Sock Puppets. We're back here tomorrow night at 7. Tri-State certainly in the driver's seat to pick up Game 1 as the 1-1 pitch misses outside. Count works to 2-1 strike. Fernandez drew that free pass his last time up. That was in the 3rd inning. Stepping in for the 3rd time today. 2-1 is rolled foul left side and into the Sock Puppets bullpen with no activity. Tyler Schaefer expected to get at least the top of the 7th, making his debut for Burlington. Right now, it's Cesar Gonzalez who owns the mound in his 2nd appearance for Tri-State. 2-2 the count, the base is clear. Bottom of the 6th, Tri-State leading 8-0. Out of the windup. Pitch misses inside and rolls to the backstop. Count runs full. Burlington has not been shut out this summer. Coming in at 9-3 and leaders of the East Division by a game over Pulaski. Payoff to Fernandez is lifted high in the air right field. Rodriguez is back at the track and he makes the play. Had his body turned and on the backhand snares it for out number 1. That one was hit 335 feet into right center field, and that right field foul pole sits at 300 feet down the line. But Fernandez pushed that one towards the gap. And there's one away. Caden Combs digs in now. Right on right the matchup. The first baseman heading to Auburn in the fall. Gonzalez, after one shake, he nods and delivers downhill, and it's a called strike. Fastball at 91 miles an hour finds that inner third. Combs 0 for 2, went down looking in the first inning and lined out to the shortstop in the third. And the 0-1. Another fastball, but this one outside. A ball and a strike the count. Base is clear, bottom of the 6th. Combs had a solo home run yesterday, reached in all 4 times he stepped to the plate. And the 1-1 tails into the zone, called strike. The first baseman Combs behind 1 and 2. The right-hander hitting .308 this summer, 6'4", 255 pounds. Returned to the Sock Puppets lineup after a week off, after a left-hand injury, facing the 1-2 now. And it's foul tipped into the glove for strike 3. Combs down on strikes for the second time tonight, and Gonzalez has sat down the first 2 hitters here in the bottom of the 6th. But Shelley tries to snap that skid, but the right fielder is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Both were against the starter Tucker Delisle, who went 4 innings, gave up just 2 hits and 5 strikeouts. And the pitch to Shelley is hit on the ground right side and through the hole for a base hit. Snuck in between the second baseman Smolinski and the first baseman Murray. So a 2-out knock for Shelley. It's just Burlington's 4th hit of the day. But it gives the Sock Puppets a base runner and a chance for DJ Merriweather to keep the line moving. The left fielder from Austin P. Merriweather 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out. Right on left the matchup here. Shelley inching off the bag at first, being held on by Murray. Gonzalez comes set just above the belt. Doesn't bother checking first, just delivers plateward and misses beneath the bottom rail for ball 1. Two gone, bottom of the 6th. Tri-State leading 8-0. 1-0. Fouled straight back into the screen. The count 1-1. Shelley pacing off that first base. 1-1 the count. Defense playing him straight up, and the 1-1 is foul tipped into the glove, and the count's 1-2. Merriweather kind of a half swing, but it goes through, and the count's 1-2. The left fielder hitting .435 this summer. An open stance in that left side. The 1-2. Fastball misses outside, and Merriweather evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slow clap coming from the fans here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. The 2-2. This is inside, and Gonzalez started to walk off the hill. He thought it was called strike 3, but Merriweather with a good eye takes on the inside, and the count runs full with 2 away. Shelley should be on the move here with the full count and 2 gone. He takes off. The pitch is inside, and Merriweather draws a walk. A nice at-bat for the left fielder, and a bit of a 2-out rally here for the Burlington offense, in which production has been seldom tonight. Bromley Thornton can end this shutout here in the bottom of the 6th. Thornton 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Steps in that right side. Gonzalez stares into his backstop, Rivera. nods his head and comes set at the belt. Out of the windup. First pitch, slider, called strike. Settles in on that outer corner, and the count's 0-1. Shelley on second, he singled. Merriweather on first, he walked. The 0-1 is hit on a rope, left side, down for a base hit. Shelley gets the wave from Rob Selna. The throw comes into the plate. Shelley, a feet first slide, and the throw is off target. Burlington snaps the shutout. An RBI single from Bromley Thornton, his 5th of 2025, makes it an 8-1 ball game in the home half of the 6th. Thornton got a piece of that one, a breaking ball at 76 miles an hour. Thornton sent it off his bat at 101 miles per hour. And now Burlington has 2 on and 2 out. Dusty Vela digs in the left side. Cycles the bat in front of his chest. First pitch, called strike at the knees, 0-1. Gonzalez, just the second arm being used today for Tri-State. Relieving the starter, Tucker Delisle. First pitch to Vela is fouled out of play. Count now 0-2. Merriweather stepping off the base at second. Thornton not being held on at first. The 0-1 with 2 away from Gonzalez. Cut on and missed, and Vela goes down on strikes. The second baseman 0 for 3 today now, but Burlington finally breaks the shutout. It's 8-1. We're through 6, and Tri-State sends the 6, 7, 8 hitters to the plate on the other side. It's back to Tyler Schaefer in the top of the 7th for the Burlington pitching staff. Returns for his second inning of work. He'll face the 6, 7, 8 hitters, starting with the second baseman, Ty Smolinski, who is making his 4th trip to the plate, and each time that he has stepped in so far today, he has drawn a walk. Schaefer out of the windup. First pitch. This is downstairs, 1-0. Smolinski came around to score for the first time in the 5th. Stranded his first 2 times on the base paths. The 1-0 misses inside. Fastball sitting in the upper 80s from Schaefer. The right-hander heading to high point. 2-0. Misses inside. 3-0 the count. Tri-State, while leading 8-1, has not been particularly clutch. The 3-0 misses. And actually, it does find that zone, a late arriving call. And the count 3-1. And the 3-1 is driven high in the air left field. One hops the wall, and Jennings barehands it and fires into the cutoff man Fernandez. Leadoff double from Ty Smolinski. His first extra base hit of the summer gives a runner on second and nobody out, top of the 7th. In steps Jorge Gonzalez Fubo. 1 for 3 with an RBI single his last time up. Right on right the matchup. Schaefer trying to respond after giving up that leadoff double. From the belt, after a check on second, he goes home, and that one's popped up right side, out of play. 0-1 the count. Schaefer comes set. The 1 misses and rolls to the backstop. Smolinski off to third. He's in without a throw. Counts 1-1. Now Carruthers will jog out to the mound to talk things over with Schaefer. One ball, one strike. Right on right the matchup. Gonzalez Fubo is hit with the 2-1. And now Tri-State has runners on the corners and nobody out. A run rule is possible. It would need to cross 10 through 7. Right now the lead at 7. And Jackson Golden digs in. 0 for 3, but he's driven in a couple of runs. Right on right the matchup. From the belt, Schaefer goes home. Misses inside, ball 1. The 1-0. Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Golden hitting .211. 7 runs driven in. 2 have been tonight. The freshman from Marshall was 0 for 4 with a strikeout yesterday. Tri-State looking to bounce back from that 3-2 win. The 1-1 is driven into center field. Jennings comes in, makes the play, and Smolinski tags from third. Throw comes in, not in time. So Tri-State extends the lead to 8 runs. It's now 9-1 in the top of the 7th. So Golden, who has not reached courtesy of a hit, now has 3 RBIs. Now the 9th hitting, shortstop Christian Resendez. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He's gone down looking. The last time he stared at 3 pitches, all 3 were strikes. First pitch to him, he fouls straight back. So an improvement from his last trip to the plate. Picked up his first hit of the season after starting 0 for 20 last night, but it wasn't enough to give the Cold-Cats the win. The 0-1, runner on the move, pitch inside, and instead, Gonzalez Fubo heads back to first. Took off like he was going to steal, but elected not to. 1-1. Called strike, fastball on the outer third, 1-2. Chris Massey loosening for Burlington. One-two. And it hits Resendez. So that's now the second hit by a pitch from Schaefer, and that puts 2 on, 1 away. Lineup card turns over. It's Sal Manillo, who is 4 for 4 today. Right on left the matchup to the left fielder from Ohio State. Schaefer goes home. Hit on the ground right side. Combs on the backhand goes to first to a covering Schaefer, who misses the base, and he comes off. So the fans not pleased with that call, and the bases are loaded. So Schaefer not on the scene in time. And Manillo is now 5 for 5. So now Xavier Rivera digs in. The righty swinging catcher from University of New Orleans. Teammates with Burlington shortstop Orlando Fernandez. 1 gone, bases loaded. Top of the 7th. Schaefer from the belt. Lifts his leg and goes home. First pitch changeup misses upstairs. One ball, no strikes. Schaefer out of the windup. Hit on the ground right side and foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coldcats hitting 2 for 11 today with runners in scoring position. They've left 6 on, but they've tallied 9 runs. It's 9-1, top of the 7th. Right on right from Schaefer. From the belt. Slider dots that inside corner for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is foul tipped. Bounced off the ground and actually hit Rivera's bat on the follow through as well. Bounced straight off the dirt. Count remains 1-2 with 1 gone, top of the 7th. Tri-State leading 9-1. Schaefer winds and fires. Cut on and missed. Gets the catcher to chase. And now there's 2 gone. Bishop Quarles digs in. Singled and scored his last trip. Right on left the matchup. The center fielder from Bryant Stratton Junior College. Schaefer comes set, lifts his leg and deals. Misses outside, 1-0. Chris Massey continuing to warm for Burlington. 1-0 is hit on a line right side, and the second baseman Vela makes a leaping snag for the 3rd out of the inning. Tri-State leaves them loaded here in the 7th. It's time to stretch here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Sock Puppets trailing 9-1. For the third time today, it'll be Brian Carruthers to lead off an inning. He's hitting ninth in this Burlington lineup, but he steps in to kick things off in the home half of the seventh in a 9-1 deficit. Carruthers 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Cesar Gonzalez back to work on the mound for Tri-State in his third inning, relieving Tucker Delisle, who drew the start, went 4 innings, didn't surrender a run. And the first pitch out of the windup to Carruthers is hit on the ground left side. Fair ball past a diving Gonzalez-Fubo. And Carruthers rounds first. And that probably could have been extra bases, but maybe a little bit of pessimism there because his last time up on the single, he tried to take second with a napping Tri-State outfield, and he was thrown out at second. So Carruthers content with staying on first in a 9-1 game, but a nice job for the catcher. He's now recorded a hit in 3 consecutive games. And that's coming off of an 0 for 4 game with 4 strikeouts. So an excellent bounce back for Carruthers. In steps the righty swinging center fielder, Chance Jennings. First pitch, called strike on the inner half, 0-1. Carruthers has not attempted a stolen base this season. He's being held on that right side by Murray. The 0-1. This is downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jennings 0 for 2. Walked in the first, flew out in the third and the fifth. Currently has a 3-game hit streak, but has not yet singled today. 1-1 misses inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Right on right here from Gonzalez. A small lead from Carruthers at first. 2-1. Slider misses away, 3 balls, 1 strike. Tri-State with a 9-1 lead in the bottom of the 7th. The Sock Puppets' lone run came last inning in the 6th. An RBI single from Bromley Thornton. The 3-1 is belted high in the air right field. Rodriguez towards the line. It's off the track and kicks off the wall. Carruthers on his way to third. The throw comes in. Stop sign to Carruthers. So Chance Jennings has now recorded a hit in 4 consecutive games, and it gives Burlington 2 in scoring position in the bottom of the 7th. Carruthers had to hold up and make sure that ball got down, and Rodriguez, who had a jump on it, just couldn't make the play. So we're going to have a mound visit, and with that we're going to take a break. On the other side, Dom Krapinski steps in with 2 on and nobody out. Cesar Gonzalez stays in, and after a brief mound visit from his pitching coach, Solomon Torres, there is an arm loosening for Tri-State, but right now it's still Cesar Gonzalez to try and work around these back-to-back hits. Krapinski 1 for 3 with a single back in the third. Carruthers on third, Jennings on second. Still nobody out. First pitch. This is downstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. It's Branson McLeod loosening for Tri-State down that right field line. The 1-0. Fastball at the knees. It's that inner half, 1-1. ball and a strike. Krapinski steps out, adjusts his helmet, and steps back in. Gonzalez shakes off a couple of signs from Rivera. Now collects himself at the belt and delivers home, and it's fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 9-1, Coldcats lead it in game 1 of this 2-game set. Krapinski trying to battle here with 2 strikes on him. One and 2 to count. The pitch. This is up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The lefty swinging designated hitter from Miami of Ohio. Hitting .364 so far this summer. The 2-2. Cut on and missed. Krapinski goes down on strikes for the first time today. First out of the inning is recorded. It's still 2 on for Orlando Fernandez, who's 0 for 2. Hitting third today. Hitting .463 so far this summer from University of New Orleans. Right on right the matchup from Gonzalez, the right-hander from Boston College, who tucks his mitt underneath his left arm. Now comes set out of the windup. Fernandez swings at the first pitch and lines it foul right side. Massey, the left-hander from Central Missouri, is continuing to warm. You have to think Tyler Schaefer's day is done for Burlington. After throwing 41 pitches out of the pen. 0-1 the count. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fernandez struck out swinging in the first, walked in the third, and flew out to the right fielder in the 6th. The ball and a strike with 1 gone. Bottom of the 7th. Tri-State leading 9-1. Gonzalez delivers. It's a called strike, 1 and 2. First base is open, but right now it's Gonzalez that has worked ahead in the count. From the belt, Gonzalez composes himself and steps off. He regains himself on the rubber, comes set, deep breath, and delivers. This is outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball at 93 miles an hour. Gonzalez hasn't lost any steam on his 4-seamer. Count leveled at 2 apiece. Carruthers on third, Jennings on second. And the 2-2. Hit on the ground, left side to Resendez. Carruthers comes home. The play's at first. The throw over is in time. Beats Fernandez by half a step, but he drives in a run and cuts the lead to 7. It's 9-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Carruthers, who hit the leadoff single, comes around to score. And now Caden Combs digs in with a runner on third. 2 gone, bottom of the 7th. Right on right the matchup. Gonzalez nods at his backstop. Rivera comes set. Winds and fires. Called strike, fastball at the knees. These two return back here tomorrow night to battle before heading off for 2-game sets with Burlington and Bluefield, and then Tri-State and Danville, the 0-1. Another fastball and another one that dots that inner half. Combs behind nothing in 2. Oh, and 2 the count. Combs calls for time and steps out. (9-2) Tri-State leads. Gonzalez winds and delivers. Popped up right side, out of play. Burlington was due for maybe a game like this, a team that has steadily dominated through its opening 12 games. Sock Puppets have not lost a series. They split with Johnson City, and besides that, it has been all Burlington. The 0-2 just misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sock Puppets started the season taking 2 out of 3 over Bluefield. And then that 1-1 split to Johnson City. Split against the River Riders and took 2 out of 3 over the Otterbots. The 1-2 fouled straight back. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. But probably the most impressive outing for the Sock Puppets this season was their previous 2 games, as they welcomed Kingsport in for a pair of matchups. The Axmen, who arrived in Burlington as leaders of the West Division. Sock Puppets took both of them to solidify their positioning atop the East. The 1-2 is hit on a rope left side. Resendez has to leap and makes the play. Combs lines out. He's now 0 for 4. Through 7 in Burlington. 4-5-6 to come to the plate for Tri-State, who leads 9-2. It's another Burlington Sock Puppet making their debut in the red, white, and blue threads. This time it is Chris Massey, the 5'9", 180-pound southpaw from Springfield, Missouri, the sophomore out of Central Missouri. He'll deal to the 4-5-6 hitters in a 9-2 ball game in favor of Tri-State. Starts with the right-handed first baseman Chandler Murray. Michael Rodriguez, the left-handed right fielder, is on deck. Colcats trying to keep their foot on the gas. They have scored in each and all innings except for the 4th. Massey set at the letters. His first pitch with Burlington in 2025 is hit in the air. Takes one hop. Fernandez gloves on the backhand and makes an easy play. 1 up, 1 down. It takes just 1 pitch for Massey to get rolling in 2025. He relieves Tyler Schaefer, who also made his Burlington debut. He went 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. In steps Michael Rodriguez, who's 1 for 3. He struck out looking his last time up. Massey kicks and fires. A slider that misses inside, 1-0. Tri-State trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. Burlington trying to win its 3rd in a row, but right now, Colcats certainly in the driver's seat. 1-0. Misses outside, 2-0. Rodriguez had an RBI double back in the 3rd inning, the 2-0. Breaking ball in the dirt, 3 balls, no strikes. So after that first pitch line out, Massey has fired 3 consecutive balls. Takes his place on the hill after receiving a new ball from plate umpire Zach Bloom. The 3-0. Fastball called strike. Outside corner, 3-1. The base is clear. 1 out. The pitch is fouled off the shin of Rodriguez, who has struck out a couple of times tonight, swinging in the 1st, looking in the 6th, but in between those was that RBI double and a walk that he came around to score on in the 5th. 3-2 the count, 1 gone. Base is clear. Massey gets another ball out of the windup, sends it down the hill, and it's called strike 3. Massey's first strikeout of 2025 sends Michael Rodriguez back to the first base dugout for the 3rd time tonight. And there's 2 gone now in the top of the 8th. Tri-State leading 9-2. Massey trying to continue on a roll here to the lefty swinging second baseman Ty Smolinski, and he does just that. Fires a first pitch strike. Slider at the knees. 0-1. Quickly back to the windup, back to the slider, but this one misses inside. Left on left the matchup. Massey set at the letters. Kicks and fires, and that one's fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tri-State has not gone down in order once today. Massey is just 1 strike away from doing just that. The 1-2 is lifted left side, curling foul. It's in the seats. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count, 2 gone. Massey winds and deals. Called strike 3, back-to-back backwards Ks for Chris Massey in his Sock Puppets debut. Through 7.5 here in B-Town, and it's the Sock Puppets trailing by 7, but they'll try and kickstart that offense on the other side. Shelley, Merriweather, and Thornton, the minimum for Burlington. Mason Silvest into the game as the third pitcher of the evening for Tri-State. Silvest, the 6'3", 220-pound sophomore from Bryant and Stratton Junior College. He enters with a 9-2 lead. Coldcats in front of the Sock Puppets. It's the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Burlington, starting with the right fielder Wade Shelley, who singled and scored his last time up. First run of the game for the Sock Puppets. Just 2 plated so far, and Shelley swings at the first pitch and skies it into shallow right field. Rodriguez is in, then takes a few steps back, makes the play. 1 out, 1 pitch here in the bottom of the 8th. Now DJ Merriweather's turn, 0 for 1, or 1 for 2 rather. Singled in the second, flew out in the 4th, and walked in the 6th. Right on left the matchup for Silvest, who needed just 1 pitch to retire his leadoff hitter. First pitch to Merriweather misses outside, 1-0. Base is clear. Silvest comes set, kicks and fires. Pitch misses inside, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. From the belt. Called strike. 2-1 the count now. Merriweather entered hitting .435, returning to the lineup for the first time since June 15th. Two and one. Fouled. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 with 1 gone. Silvest shakes off a couple of signs and comes set. And the pitch misses inside. Count runs full. Count runs full here to Merriweather, the leadoff man in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch misses high. Merriweather draws a walk for the second time today, and Burlington's got its first base runner of the inning. Bromley Thornton now steps in. 1 for 2, had an RBI single his last time up. It was his 5th run driven in this summer. Trying to keep that momentum rolling. It's a couple of signs down the third base line from third base and hitting coach Rob Selma now digs in. 1 gone, bottom of the 8th. Thornton taps the plate a couple of times and is set to face the first pitch from the righty Silvest. Out of the stretch, misses way inside. Thornton bent his body to avoid being hit with that one. It came in at the letters. A little bit of chin music there for the third baseman. Counts 1-0. Nobody loosening for Burlington. 1-0 misses outside. Certainly expect Chris Massey to get the top of the 9th. Two and 0. The pitch. This is outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Runner on first, it's Merriweather being held on by Murray. Silvest comes set and offers. Misses outside. 4-pitch walk to Thornton. Back-to-back free passes off the right hand of Silvest, who's fired 10 pitches, and 3 have been strikes. And we'll have a mound visit, and with that, we'll take a quick step aside. 9-2 with 2 on for Burlington. Relatively quick mound visit for Tri-State in the bottom of the 8th. Just a couple of words between the infield, making sure everyone's on the same page with 2 on and just 1 gone. Dusty Vela steps in, who's 0 for 3. Struck out swinging his last time up. Nobody holding on either base runner. First pitch to Vela. He takes, breaking ball at the knees, strike 1. Vela hitting 200 so far this summer. Second baseman from Winthrop into the transfer portal, but still awaiting his plans on where he'll take his talents to in the fall. The 0-1. Fouled straight back. Nothing in 2. Vela started his college career at Reedley College, which is where his current skipper, Anthony Essien, is the pitching coach at, back in California. Vela, the Golden State native from Chico, California, facing the 0-2 and punches it foul, left side. Into the fence, count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Nothing in 2 on the second baseman. Merriweather off the bag at second. Thornton a few steps off the base at first. The 0-2. Hit on the ground, right side, through for a base hit. Rodriguez fields it quickly, and each base runner moves station to station. Dusty Vela has his first hit of the game. It comes in the bottom of the 8th, and it loads the bases with just 1 out. Burlington still trailing 9-2, but still showing life. And Brian Carruthers, who is 2 for 2, has reached on all 3 times. Walked back in the 3rd. Now he steps in. Right on right the matchup. Sylvest out of the windup. Foul tip into the glove of Rivera. Count nothing in 1. Back-to-back base hits for Brian Carruthers. He's now singled in 3 consecutive games. The 0-1. Fastball misses inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Merriweather on 3rd, he walked. Thornton on 2nd, he walked. Vela on 1st, he singled. The 1-1. Hit in the air, left side, gloved by Gonzalez Fubo. And he takes it to 3rd, but Merriweather back in time. So Carruthers retired for the first time today, and now Chance Jennings steps in, who has recorded a hit in 4 consecutive games, and Jennings, who has been remarkably clutch for Burlington, hitting .455 with runners in scoring position. Right on right. The pitch from Sylvest. He's cut on and missed. A healthy hack on the changeup at 86 miles an hour. And the count nothing in 1. Oh and 1. Slider misses outside. Jennings takes. The count's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded, bottom of the 8th. 9-2, Colcats lead. Pitch misses outside. Jennings looks at ball 2. The 2-1 misses in the dirt off the chest of Rivera. Count moves to 3-1. Game 2 between the Cold Cats and the Sock Puppets is tomorrow night. But right now, the 3-1 to Jennings, trying to bring Burlington back into this one. The 3-1. And that's actually going to be a balk on Sylvest, who lost it on the way down the hill, and Merriweather comes in to score. Thornton over to third, and Vela into scoring position at second. A base hit could make this just a 4-run game with 2 in scoring position. Still a 3-1 count. Every other game tonight has gone final in the Appy League. But we're still waiting things out, and the 3-1 misses inside. So Jennings draws a walk to load the bases. It's 9-3, but the bases are juiced for Dom Krapinski, who's hitting .467 this summer with runners in scoring position. Exceptional numbers for the designated hitter. A utility man for manager Anthony Essien and company. But today, getting the day off defensively, has rotated between the infield and the outfield. Pitch. This is inside at the knees. 1-0. Krapinski leads the Sock Puppets in RBIs. He's driven in 10 this season. 0 for 3 with a walk yesterday. Facing a 1-0 count now. Check swing. He didn't go, and it misses upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Krapinski adjusts his helmet and steps back in. Rests the bat on the left shoulder, now props it up. The 2-0. Breaking ball on the outer half. He takes for strike 1. The DH struck out swinging his last time up. Flew out in the first, popped out in the 5th, singled in the 3rd. The 2-1. Hit on the ground, right side, foul ball. A low chopper that Murray, the first baseman, snagged, but ball was out of play, and the count's now squared at 2-2. Bottom of the 8th, 9-3 Tri-State leads. Pitch. This is up and away. Count runs full. Three and 2 the count. Runners on the move. Fouled away. Runners return. Thornton to third, Vela to second, and Jennings to first. Payoff pitch to Krapinski in a 9-3 game, bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded. Sylvest delivers. This is inside. Back-to-back walks. Brings another run in. Vela to third, Thornton across the plate, and Jennings over to second. In steps Orlando Fernandez, who in a game that has been steadily dominated by Tri-State, Burlington trails by just 5 runs and has the bases loaded. Burlington starting to show some life, and these fans are getting into it. Right on right the matchup. First pitch, cut on and missed, and Cold Cats let out a sigh of relief. This has now all of a sudden gotten a little tighter for Tri-State. The 0-1, and Fernandez swings at a fastball that came in at the letters. That was an ill-advised decision from the shortstop. Tri-State now just 1 pitch away from leaving them loaded in a 9-4 game. Right on right from Sylvest. He will fire his 33rd pitch in an 0-2 count. 0-2. Cut on and missed. Orlando Fernandez goes down on strikes. Burlington sends 8 to the plate and sends 2 across to score. It's 9-4 at the end of 8. Chris Massey in his Burlington debut is back to the mound, trying to keep this lead, or deficit rather, at just 5 runs. It's 9-4 to the top of the 9th. And Massey pitched a clean 8th. It was the first time that Tri-State was retired in order. He'll try and do the same here and turn it to the bottom of the 9th to try and spark a rally. It starts with the 7th hitting third baseman, Jorge Gonzalez-Fubo. Left on right the matchup. The southpaw Massey out of the windup. Misses outside, ball 1. Nice crowd still on hand, sticking around to watch this one come to a close, not giving up on these first place sock puppets yet. And the 1-0 is fouled straight back over our heads. Count 1-1. So Pulaski loses in extra innings to Johnson City. So Burlington will hang on to first place regardless of the result tonight. River Turtles drop to 8-5. Burlington with a loss would be 9-4. Pulaski with a comeback effort, but loses the tiebreaker. The 1-1 misses inside. 2-1. Kingsport wins 12-7 over Danville. Axmen respond after losing a couple to the Sock Puppets. 2-1, cut on and missed. Count evens at 2 apiece. River Riders run rule the Ridge Runners 15-3. Elizabethton over Bluefield. And Greenville takes a 7-3 ball game over the Bristol State Liners. Flyboys at 7-4. And the 2-2. Cut on and miss. Third punch out of the day for Chris Massey, and he has been a breath of fresh air for a Sock Puppets pitching staff that has given up 9 runs today. 10 hits. That's something that Sock Puppets are unfamiliar with. Second in the league in ERA, a 3.75 earned run average. In steps Jackson Golden, who has 3 RBIs, and he's 0 for 4 today. First pitch to him misses outside. So Greenville leads the West Division at 7-4. Johnson City trails by just a half game at 7-5, along with Kingsport at 7-5. So things are tight at the top there. 1-0. Called strike at the knees on that inner third. Ball and a strike, 1 gone. Top of the 9th. Tri-State leading 9-4. Top 2 in the West make the playoffs, so plenty of baseball left to be played as the 1-1 is swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bristol State Liners 2 games back of first place at 6-7, and the River Riders in last place at 4-9. Otterbots still hold that league worst record at 2-11. The 1-2 is poked to left field. Merriweather back on it, and he makes the play for the second out of the inning. So Massey has gone 5 up and 5 down, and now it's the 9th hitting shortstop, Christian Resendez. 0 for 2 with a walk, and he was hit by a pitch, but the times that he has been retired, it has been ugly. He's gone down courtesy of the backwards K a couple of times. He steps in with the bases clear. Top of the 9th. Massey winds and fires. First pitch, cut on and miss. Strike 1. Massey, the 4th arm that Burlington has used today. The 0-1. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Joe Bolson got the start, went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, and 4 walks. Recorded a couple of strikeouts. His ERA was elevated to 3. The 1-1 called strike at the belt. Massey works himself ahead in the count, 1-2. Mackay Griffin came out of the pen. He was the first call, went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. The 1-2 is on the way. Fastball misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jack Fury came in, gave 1 inning for the Sock Puppets, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 walks. And Tyler Schaefer made his Burlington debut. 2 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of which were earned. No walks and 3 strikeouts. The 2-2 misses outside. Count runs full. 2 gone, the base is clear. Massey trying to be the lone Sock Puppet today to finish his outing with no hits. The 3-2 misses inside. Massey liked the spot, but just misses inside. So a 2-out walk to Resendez. Shortstop that is hitting 1 for 23 has been awarded 3 free passes today, which certainly has to be frustrating if you're on the Burlington side of things. Leadoff man Sal Manillo steps in, who's 5 for 5. Left on left, pitch from Massey. Breaking ball called strike on the outer third. Owen won the count. Massey from the stretch. This is outside. 1-1. Coldcats and Sock Puppets back at it tomorrow night at 7. Hopefully no rain delays. We started this one 55 minutes late. Massey, the 1-1. This is inside at the belt. 2-1. Manillo, a couple of doubles and 3 singles. Facing the 2-1 right now. Slider just misses inside. Massey needed a little bit more break on that one to find that inside corner. Doesn't get the call. It's 3-1. The pitch. Misses up and away, and a walk to Manillo, who has now reached on 6 times to the plate today.
Up next is Coldcats, number
9-4, Tri-State leads. Top of the 9th. In steps Xavier Rivera, who is 0 for 4, hitting second for Tri-State. The pitch. Fastball called strike, 0-1. Massey from the belt. Checks second. Resendez dancing off the bag. The 0-1 cut on and missed. And Massey down to his final strike. Still has not allowed a hit, but back-to-back walks. Has 2 on and 2 out. Top of the 9th. Coldcats leading by 5. Massey just trying to prevent any further damage and turn it into the home half. Massey takes a step off and retakes his spot. The 0-2 from the lefty. This is up high. 1-2 the count. Tri-State came into this one losing 5 in a row, but in command and very close to snapping that. The 1-2. Hit on the ground left side. Fernandez smothers and goes to second for the out, and it's in time. All right, last chance for Burlington. They trail by 5, and it's the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up, starting with Caden Combs right here on the home of the Sock Puppets. Rally caps are on here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. It's the last chance for the Sock Puppets to try and win their third in a row, but they'll have to start a rally against a new pitcher. It's Branson McLeod, the 6'2", 215-pound southpaw from Huntington, West Virginia, who stayed home and plays for Marshall and stays home and plays for the Tri-State Coldcats in the summer, who do reside in Huntington, West Virginia, play all their games at Marshall's home stadium, and it's the Thundering Herd that will take the ball facing the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Sock Puppets. It starts with Caden Combs, the righty swinging first baseman. With the bases clear and nobody out. A fresh frame for the rising freshman heading to Auburn, who is 0 for 4 after a game yesterday where he came to the plate 4 times and reached all 4. The 6'4", 255-pounder, the first pitch, and he lifts it right side towards the netting, and it's out of play. Both McLeod and Murray, the first baseman, gave chase, but first base dugout being occupied by Tri-State let their pair know that that ball was heading for the concourse. 0-1 the count, defense playing him straight up. Left on right the matchup, and the southpaw kicks and fires. Combs takes inside at the feet, 1-1. Slider at 73 miles an hour. McLeod making his 4th appearance of the season. The 1-1 is driven high in the air right field. Rodriguez is towards the wall, and it's fouled. Traveled about 290 feet down that right field line. That pole sits at 300 feet down the line. But Combs punches it foul, and the count's 1-2. Nobody out, nobody on. McLeod, a 2.7 ERA in 3 1/3 innings of work. He's picked up 1 save. And here's the 1-2 out of the windup. Combs stays alive and yanks it foul. 1-2. Wade Shelley is on deck. Caden Combs and Shelley will be teammates in the fall at Auburn. Here's the 1-2. Combs takes, it's the right call. Curveball in the dirt. Count levels at 2-2. Combs trying to start this 9th inning rally in a game that Burlington has never led, and it hasn't ever been particularly close. Tri-State scored in all but 1 inning before the 8th when Chris Massey shut the door. 2-2 is driven high in the air right center field. Rodriguez is over. It hangs in the air long enough, and he makes the one-handed squeeze for out number 1. In steps Wade Shelley, who is 1 for 4 today. Flew out to the right fielder his last time up. That was in the 8th. Readjusts that left elbow guard and digs in. Left on right the matchup, and the first pitch. Fastball at the knees, called strike. Shelley didn't like that call, thought that one was coming inside. Pitch is belted into the air right center field again. Rodriguez with another jump on it, and back-to-back flyouts to Rodriguez sends Burlington down to its final out. It's DJ Merriweather's job to try and keep things alive. Bromley Thornton on deck if Burlington can get there, but right now it's left on left. McLeod out of the windup. First pitch. Called strike at the knees. 0-1 the count, 2 gone. Defense playing Merriweather straight up. The offering. Slider tails towards that outer third. Merriweather takes, he's behind, 0-2. McLeod just 1 strike away from snapping a 5-game losing streak for the Colcats. The 0-2, McLeod kicks and deals. Breaking ball in the dirt. Merriweather stays alive for 1 more pitch. At least 1 more pitch. Merriweather 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a couple of walks. Facing a 1-2 count now. Slow clap coming from the Colcats dugout. The 1-2 downhill is poked into shallow left field. Menino is in on it, tries to make a sliding grab and can't. Merriweather turns for second. The throw comes in, but not in time. Merriweather a 2-out double in the 9th, and Burlington has seen this before, a 2-out rally. Granted, they were only down by 2 runs when that happens. So DJ Merriweather, the Chick-fil-A batter of the game, which is assigned before the game, and if that sock puppet records a 2-base hit, then some lucky fans will leave the ballpark with a Chick-fil-A gift card in. So maybe while that hit could end up being rather inconsequential, some fans might not think so. And I would say those fans especially deserve it, sticking this one out. Burlington never led. And now Bromley Thornton steps in. Left on right the matchup. Cloud collects himself and sends it down the hill. Misses inside, 1 ball. Thornton walked in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th, had an RBI single in the 6th, and walked and came around to score in the 8th. The 1-0 is hit on the ground right side and into right field for a base hit. Merriweather makes the turn around 3rd. The throw comes into home, and Bromley Thornton over to 2nd. He's in safely. 2 RBIs for Bromley Thornton today. He's got 6 this season, and it makes it a 9-5 ball game in the home half of the 9th. Back-to-back base hits for Burlington with 2 gone, making a little bit of magic happen and sending some life through this Sock Puppets crowd. Now Dusty Vela, who had a single his last time up, digs in with Bromley Thornton on 2nd base. Still 2 gone, bottom of the 9th. Tri-State with a 9-5 lead. Left on left the matchup. Last left-handed hitter that McLeod faced. Merriweather took it for a double. This time, he fires a first pitch breaking ball that settles in on that outside corner, strike 1. Sock Puppets 3 for 13 today with runners in scoring position. They've left 11 on. The 0-1. Fastball misses high, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Pitch misses outside and kicks away from Rivera. Thornton takes off for 3rd. He's in without a throw. Count is 2-1 to Dusty Vela with Brian Carruthers on deck. Burlington just trying to keep that line moving. Dusty Vela ahead in the count. 2-1 with a runner on 3rd. The offering. This is high. 3-1 the count. Thornton moving up and down the line at 3rd. Now takes a few paces off in foul territory. The 3-1. This is inside, and Dusty Vela draws a 5-pitch walk. Sock Puppets have runners on the corners. 2 gone. Bottom of the 9th. And we're going to have a mound visit from the Tri-State pitching coach, Solomon Torres. Tri-State managed by Tommy Gregg. Came into this one at 4-7. So Mound Visit stays between Rivera, McLeod, and Torres. It'll be the right-handed hitter, Brian Carruthers. He digs in. Lined out to the third baseman his last time up. He's recorded 2 hits today. First pitch. He takes for strike 1. Is at the knees, inside. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 with runners on the corners is belted into deep left field. Manillo is back. He's at the track, and it's over the wall. Brian Carruthers, his first home run of the season, has trimmed this Tri-State lead to just 1. 2-out magic once again in B-Town, and the lineup card turns over. Chance Jennings' chance to try and keep this one going. Burlington sat there with nobody on and 2 away. And a double from Merriweather, a single from Thornton, and a walk from Vela. Then the 3-run shot from Carruthers has made this game a whole different stratosphere. 9-8, Tri-State leads. It's back to McLeod. He faces the leadoff man, Jennings, who leads the Appy League in hits. Base is clear from the windup. First pitch, Jennings takes it outside. No activity in the pen for the Colecats. Man, if you're a Tri-State fan, you're certainly sitting up in your chair now. It's 1-0 from the windup. It's in the dirt, ball 2. Jennings, such a lethal threat on the base paths. The 2-0. He takes, it's up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. Rally caps across this Burlington dugout. Sock Puppets trailed by as many as 8 tonight. It's now down to 1. The 3-0. Misses high and a walk to Jennings. The tying run is aboard in the bottom of the 9th. And it seems like manager Tommy Gregg will continue to stick with his southpaw McLeod. They're going to bring the infield in as Dom Krapinski steps in. So we are in the bottom of the 9th. 2 outs. Infield breaks. Jennings on first. He is 7 for 7 in stolen base attempts this season. An 8th would put Burlington into scoring position where Krapinski has shined this season. Left on left the matchup, 2 gone. Bottom of the 9th. McLeod set at the letters from the stretch. Deals a first pitch strike down the middle. Krapinski wanted to look at it after the 4-pitch base on balls to Jennings. Everyone to the edge of their seats. The 0-1. Krapinski takes outside, ball 1. Jennings being held on by Murray. Modest lead. Continues to inch off the base. The 1-1 comes home. It's in there for strike 2. Krapinski down to his final strike. 1-2 the count. Left on left the matchup. Burlington has fought all the way back. But is it enough? The 1-2 misses outside, and the count levels 2 apiece. A couple of Coal Cats came out of the dugout thinking that it was a called strike 3, but instead, Kropinski lives to see another pitch. The junior from Miami of Ohio, 2 home runs this season. Another long ball would win it. The 2-2 is hit on the ground left side. Resendez gloves it and takes it to the base himself in time to give Tri-State the win and snap the 5-game losing streak. Burlington makes it as interesting as it could have gotten in the bottom of the 9th. Burlington plates 4, but comes up just short, 9-8 the final. Tri-State scores 9 runs on 10 hits, 1 error in the field. Sock Puppets have 8 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error in the field. That'll do it here from Burlington Athletic Stadium. We thank you for joining us for Game 1 of this 2-game set. We're back tomorrow night for Tri-State and Burlington. We hope you'll join us then. For the entire Burlington Sock Puppets organization, our GM Anderson Rathbun, I'm Adam Hipsky saying thank you, and we will talk to you tomorrow night from the Ville.